Hello, welcome. Talking games. Just finished. West Ham United 2, Aston Villa 1. I am absolutely buzzing. Delighted with that. That is a massive win. Massive win. I'll be honest, if you saw the preview, the build-up, you know, I wasn't very confident going in today. I thought Aston Villa were going to beat us today. And I always say, you enjoy the wins you don't expect a bit more than the wins that you expect. And I didn't expect one today. What a performance that was. I thought we were brilliant today. I thought we absolutely deserved that win. We deserved the 3 points. And that is huge. That is an absolute massive win. We've also got the Europa League on Thursday. It's hard not to sort of get distracted on that and the build up to it. From tomorrow onwards, we're really buzzing for it and looking forward to it. But that keeps us right in the race for the top 6 this season in the Premier League. We can go to Tottenham next Sunday. A point is probably enough to keep us in, well, keep 6 in our hands with 9 games to go in the Premier League. That's a huge achievement for 29 Premier League games gone at the full-time whistle next weekend. That's a huge achievement in order to get European football next season. We're right on course for European football at West Ham United next season. Fantastic result. I am absolutely buzzing with that. Anyway, let's discuss it. I'm just going to cut straight to halftime. 0-0. But I was really happy with what I've seen from West Ham, actually. I thought we played well. I thought we played well in the first half. We were getting crosses in. We were getting the players together. I thought for the first half hour, I thought we looked good. You know, the first 8 minutes with 3 shots. Listen, were they close to going in? Were they testing Martinez? Not really. Fornals had one that dragged wide, but he found the space outside his box. Benrahma had a couple. One went wide. The other one, Martinez, comfortably saved. But to see us have 3 shots at goal in the first 8 minutes of the game is always encouraging. It shows our attitude that we wanted to get out the traps quick and get going at them. And I was really happy with the first half hour. I thought we were the better team. I thought we were moving the ball about well. I was getting really, to be honest with you, getting really wound up by Villa's sort of diving and cheating and slowing the game down a little bit. And I found it a bit disruptive to our game. I thought it was hard for us to get anything going. Whenever we did get going, Villa sort of slowed the game down a little bit. And I thought they were good for the last 10 minutes of the first half, but that was always going to happen. We were never going to dominate them from start to finish. They were going to have their spells, and they did have their spells. And towards the 10 minutes in the second half, they had their moments, Aston Villa. But at halftime, I was really happy with what I saw. I was encouraged. Went on with Charlie to watch along. I said, Charlie, I feel confident we're going to win now, actually. I was feeling positive for once at halftime. And it was a bit same old story, let's be honest with you. Halftime was same old story. Playing well, creating chances, just not scoring them. And it was a little bit of a concern to some extent because we've seen in recent weeks where we've done well and we just haven't scored. And come the end of full time, we still haven't scored. But we were doing good. But anyway, second half, it started badly. Not the performance. The performance continued as it was, but it started badly for West Ham. Mikel Antonio going down, getting treatment. He goes off the side of the pitch, comes back on. You're thinking, okay, he's all right. He's going to continue. He wasn't all right. He went off and Yarmolenko come on. Then not long after, Aaron Creswell goes down and has to go off. So within the space of, about 5 minutes maybe, we've lost Antonio and we lost Aaron Creswell, both to injuries. So it is at the point in the game where you're worried, aren't you? You're thinking, this is disaster. This is the worst thing that could happen. 2 key players for West Ham going off injured ahead of Thursday. It's not just Thursday, for the rest of the season as well. Like I said at the very start, we're still in the hunt for the top 6 here. We need these players available for the rest of the season. Lack of squad depth, we know it. I'm not going to go on about it. We know we've got a lack of squad depth, we've got a lack of options. So to see them 2 players go off was disheartening, sad. You fear the worst at this point, don't you? Anyway, sometimes in football, there's beautiful moments, isn't there? There is some beautiful moments in football. And today we've witnessed one of them at the London Stadium. Everyone at the London Stadium today, there in person, has witnessed one of those beautiful moments. Andre Yarmolenko come on because of the injury to Mikel Antonio. It's not worked out for him at West Ham. I'm not going to sit here and say that the transfer of Yarmolenko to West Ham has now all of a sudden worked out. It hasn't. He has contributed big goals to West Ham in the past, notably the 3-2 win against Chelsea in this sort of post-COVID tournament. That helps keep West Ham in Premier League. And he scored another massive one again today. This goal could go on to be the catalyst for West Ham getting top 6 football this season. Benrahma, well, actually, what I will say, let's rewind a little bit. I am one of the biggest critics, probably, of Craig Dawson's distribution. Right, I'm aware I am. I criticise Dawson a lot for his distribution, and I'll be honest with you. And in the first half, when he did that header down to Johnson and Watkins nipped in and ended, I thought, "Come on, Dawson, mate." That pass from Craig Dawson for our first goal. That pass from Craig Dawson, all the way to Saeed Benrahma. Wow. That is unbelievable. That is something you see from Conor Cody or Van Dijk, the quarterbacks of the Premier League, if you like. That pass from Dawson to Saeed Benrahma is perfect. I don't know, 50 yards or something. Fizzes through the air. Matty Cash leaps for it, can't get his head on it, lands on Saeed Benrahma's feet. Oh, what a pass from Dawson. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, Benrahma cuts in, fizzes it. I'm going to use fizzes because it's got a little bit of pace on it, a little bit off the ground into Yarmolenko. First touch is, it's not the best control in the world. It's half up in the air, but the finish is just fantastic from Yarmolenko. Real sort of striker's finish, I guess. Absolute fantastic finish from Yarmolenko. And then, who's cutting onions at the London Stadium, innit? There's not one person that can watch that doesn't feel emotion watching it. Yarmolenko's celebration, or lack of celebration, if you want, when he looks up at the sky, and you can see how much he meant to him as well. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment for Andriy Yarmolenko and for Ukraine to see him score that goal. And it's you can't watch that and not feel something. I had a lump in my, I'm not going to lie, I had a lump in my throat watching him celebrate and watching all the players pat him on the head, and the camera stayed on him. So when he got up, you could see him still wiping his eyes and that. Sad moment, but beautiful moment as well. Anyway, that's a fantastic pass from Dawson, though. But let's get back into the game of things. And then it started to get, I thought we were playing really well, actually. I thought our confidence went up a little bit. I thought all the players started playing well. But Villa looked out of ideas, to be honest with you. However, there was a couple of fantastic saves just before that. Emi Martinez made a fantastic save from Zuma. Dawson, pardon me, headed it over the bar from the save. And on the first time watching, you're thinking, difficult header to make, really. Can understand how he's headed that over. The more I watch it, the more I think, how on earth is Dawson missed? But the reason I mention his saves is so I can mention our ones. What a fantastic couple of saves that was from Fabianski. He made some big, big saves for West Ham today, actually. I don't think he's having the best season. I think he's having an okay season, Fabianski. I don't think it's as good as his previous couple of seasons at West Ham. But today was one of his better games in a West Ham shirt, I felt. I thought there's some real big saves from him, particularly in the second half as well, that kept us in the game. And then we made it 2-0. Declan Rice with the tackle. Went forward, and to be honest with you, I thought the referee was going to blow up. I think Declan Rice thought the referee was going to blow up because he was blown up for pretty much everything. Villa tried their trick, stay on the ground and con the referee into blowing up, but it didn't work. He absolutely skinned John McGinn. I'm a John McGinn fanboy, but Declan Rice left him on the deck. Lovely run forward, gives it Saeed Benrahma. Lovely cut back onto Pablo Fornals. It's not on a plate for Fornals, really. But he rolls it back, says, there you go, hit the target and you've scored. And that's what Fornals does with the left boot. Just bends it past Mings, past Emi Martinez, into the back of the net, 2-0 West Ham. And it felt like dreamland at that point, because like I said, I thought we played well. The two injuries happened and it knocked the wind out of my sail a little bit. It was almost like a kick in the stomach to see those players go off. I thought, can we get anything from this game? I'm already worrying about the next game almost because of those injuries. So to see, first of all, Yarmolenko come on, and then to see Benrahma, who's in and out the team, get his second assist of the day. See Fornals, who's been a bit wasteful in the last couple of games when presented with these opportunities, get on the score sheet, 2-0 up. A massive, massive game for us. And like I said, I wasn't expecting us to win, so I'm buzzing at this, but I still am. I was absolutely delighted at that point. Really, really delighted. Fantastic to go 2-0 up. Now, before I talk about the rest of the game, just want to point in the direction of the sponsors of this video, which is the OneFootball app. The link is in the description below if you wish to download it to your device. It's completely free. It takes about 30 seconds to get it downloaded onto your phone, and it's the best way to keep up to date with all the football news going on at your football club. So if you're a Villa fan or you're a West Ham fan, or whoever you support, get it downloaded, especially as a West Ham fan. We're going to be keeping an eye out for the Antonio news, for the Adam Creswell news, for the Jared Bowen news this week ahead of Thursday night. You get downloaded to your phone, ask you who you support, and then it gives you notifications for the big headlines for your football club straight to your phone. It's completely free. The best football app for a football fan. Link in the description. Get it downloaded today. And before I go on, I just want to quickly say a massive thank you to another runner, for putting £10 in the fund. Says, imagine if Yarmolenko turns on this Thursday and Sir Dandy for his $2. Thank you very much for saying David Moyes is Claret and Blue Army. Now, right, back to it. And I thought we deserved to be 2-0 up, actually. I thought we did. I thought we were really, really good. I thought we were playing some good football. We had a bit of swagger. I thought there was a couple of players in the first half, a little bit of off the pace for West Ham. In the second half, I thought they really turned up, actually. One of them I'll mention in a second, because I thought in the first half, I thought he was pretty poor. But the second half, I thought he was really, really good. Villa just looked all out of ideas, to be honest with you, come the second half. And I think that's a compliment to the way we played. We absolutely nullified anything they had. And at one point, when we were 2-0 up in cruise control to some extent, I was sitting there wondering what I was worrying about in the build-up to this game, because I was worried. But they got the goal back in the very last 90th minute, just as the injury time was going up. In the 90th minute, Jacob Ramsey sort of long ball over, Ben Johnson cuts out, and then Emi Buendia picks up, cuts it back. Jacob Ramsey, fantastic finish to the lad, to be fair. I'm not going to take anything away from the finish. Brilliant. But we held out. We held out to make it a 2-1 win. And we needed that. There was a few things we needed tonight. We needed the win, first of all. We got that. We needed to get a couple of goals from open play. Not set pieces, open play. And we got both of them. We needed Saeed Benrahma to have a really good game. We need someone that's got a bit of the X factor about him on Thursday night. We know Sevilla's going to be a hard team to break down. Benrahma's got a couple of assists to his name today, played the majority of the game as well, which was important. While we didn't get a clean sheet, I don't think we really needed that as such to some extent. The worry is the 2 injuries, but we'll deal with that in another video. But massive win today. Massive win. Individual performers, I'll be honest with you. I thought Ben Johnson was poor in the first half. I thought he was struggling. I thought that every time he went forward, I say every time, 2 or 3 times he went forward to dribble with it, the ball got nicked off him. Watkins done it, Ramsey done it, and I thought he was struggling a little bit. Defensively, I thought he looked okay. I thought he was fine defensively, but he was getting pinched and the ball was getting pinched off him in possession. However, second half, Ben Johnson on the left back, he went over to the left back when Creswell went off. Thought he was fantastic. Thought Ben Johnson was absolutely fantastic. We moved him over there and, well, he looked a better left back than the right back. I thought he got forward a lot better. Defensively, he's fine. Nobody really went near him for Aston Villa, to be honest with you. But going forward, he linked up really well with Saeed Benrahma. I was far more impressed with Ben Johnson's link up with Saeed Benrahma's than Aaron Creswell and Saeed Benrahma's. Now, I'm not necessarily saying there's anything wrong with Creswell and Benrahma's partnership down that side, but they're very close to each other. And sometimes in the first half, when Benrahma was getting the ball, he was getting it sort of within the 18-yard box. Do you know what I mean? So he's within 18 yards of the goal line. So his only option really was to cross it, Benrahma, and he wasn't getting the best out of him. Benrahma placed the ball, or he miscrossed it a few times in the first half, and 1 in every 3 balls he was doing was coming off. But in the second half, I think Benrahma was picking the ball up a lot earlier from Ben Johnson. I thought Ben Johnson given a lot more room than what Aaron Creswell does. And I think Johnson sort of helped get the best out of Benrahma in that second half. So that injury from Creswell, I don't want to say it was a blessing in disguise, but certainly moving Ben Johnson over to left back helped Ben Johnson and helped Saeed at left wing, in my opinion. I thought Johnson had a brilliant game for that 40 minutes or whatever it was when Aaron Creswell went off. Another player I want to discuss is Benrahma, because it's very much spotlight on him, isn't it? He's the most, I say, a controversial player. He's not a Marmite player. I don't think it's a case of love him or hate him. I don't think anybody hates him. I often see this thing about how Benrahma will shut up the haters and stuff. I don't really see any hate of Benrahma. I don't think anyone disputes his ability. I think some people just sort of perhaps question his consistency, or if he's sort of good enough to play week in, week out and being untouchable or whatever like that. And some people question if he works under David Moyes. That's the category I fall into. I fall into the category of, will he work under David Moyes? And I thought he was really, really good today. I thought he wasted the ball a little bit in the first half, but he's a risk taker, isn't he, Benrahma? And I sort of at half time was trying to argue only 1 in every 3 things he was trying to do in the first half was working. So 2/3 of it, he was losing out on it. But at the same time, I felt like if we were going to create anything, it was going to come through him, because he's the one that tries stuff like that. He's the one that will actually try the risky pass. And if you're going to try, then you're going to lose the ball a lot. If you were to go and look at the sort of the past success rate of certain creative players in Premier League, Bruno Fernandes, for example, last season, I don't know, what has he got? Something like 25 goals and 30 assists or something stupid Fernandes got. Okay, they're not all creative in that, but his past success rate was pretty poor, Fernandes. He would lose the ball a lot, but it's because he was trying all these things. And sometimes you need players like that. There's a time and a place for it. And I think today we needed Benrahma. And on Thursday, we're going to need somebody that's got that little bit of spice about them, that's got the X factor, that has the ability to open up defences. And at times it is going to be thoroughly frustrating to watch. At times he is going to lose the ball. He is going to cross it and it's going to go behind for a goal kick. But you know something? I'd rather see him trying to do something than Pablo Fornals or Vlasic or anything like that, because I've got confidence that while 1 in 3 isn't a good percentage, at least if he tries it 9 times in a game, 3 times something's going to happen. I'm not too sure I've got the confidence in other players to do something like that. They don't even try to do stuff like that half the time. And we've been missing a bit, I say missing a bit of spark. We've created some good chances in recent games. We've just been failing to score them. But Fornals, yeah, he has. He had it against Liverpool. I was going to say, Fornals hasn't had a chance that easy before in the Premier League this season, has he? He had one literally in his last game, Gio, against Liverpool. But you know what I'm trying to say? Benrahma put it on a plate for him there. You know, you look at that pass to Yarmolenko. I think it's a better finish by Yarmolenko than it is a pass from Saïd Benrahma, if you know what I mean. But he's got to give it to him. I think Benrahma had a really good game today. Was he man of the match? I don't think he is. I don't think he's our best player, but he's their best chance of making something happen, if that makes sense. Really, really good game from him. And I'm glad, because he's probably earned his shirt for Thursday against Sevilla, and we need him in the team. We need somebody that's going to do something for us. And he was the one that I thought might do something today, especially when the game kicked off. 8 minutes, 2 shots, bam, bam. Like I said, comfortable save, went wide. But I like players like that. You've got to have players like that in your team. Anyway, just quickly, thank you. I can't believe this, but I just want to say a quick thank you to Tom Payne, you nutter. Tom Payne's kindly put £18 into the super chat and said, honest thoughts on whether you think Declan Rice will still be here next season. Just quickly, the answer is no. I'm not going to go into it. So review the game. I can't ignore your comments, especially when you kindly put in £18, which is going towards my new chair budget. We're doing it in the build-up. People's asking about my chair for some reason. I don't know. They've now just got a hatred of my chair. So that'll go towards a new seat. And also thank you to Michael for $10. Says, Yarmo loves a dramatic goal. Love you guys. Thank you, Michael. Bless you. So, yes, brilliant performance from Saïd. I say brilliant. A very good performance by Benrahma. Not faultless. Lost the ball plenty of occasions. But a bloody good game. Fabianski, like I said, I thought he had a really good game, but Zuma was a monster as always. There was someone else I was going to mention, but I can't remember who I was going to mention now. It probably was just the focus on Ben Johnson. I think we've got a bit of information now, actually. What I will say, I think in the last couple of games, Liverpool away, Sevilla, and today, I think this formation that we've got, I think Declan Rice was, again, I'll be honest with you, this is how I saw it, for most of the game, I thought Declan Rice was a bit deeper than what he has been this season. I thought he was a bit more of a restrained defensive midfielder. I thought he was on Sevilla. I thought he was a defensive midfielder, stayed back a lot more, shackles on him a bit more. I thought we had that today. Yes, I know he won the ball and went bursting forward for our second goal, but that was different. That wasn't like he went running forward. He won the ball and then advanced with it. That was completely different. I think today we saw a lot more of a disciplined Declan Rice once more, sitting in front of the back four, and I like it. I think it works. I think takes the shackles off Souček and Lanzini in centre midfield in front of him. It allows us to play 3 centre midfielders and congest the park a little bit, because Villa are a good team. I'm not going to lie. Villa are a really good team. A bloody diving team as well. But listen, we paid our respects to them in the preview stuff. They are a good team, and we dominated them today in the midfield. I thought we were the better midfield out of the 2 teams, and that's not a bad trio they've got there with Ramsey, Luiz, and McGinn. Not a bad 3. Good test today, and I thought our 3 won it. Souček, Rice, and Lanzini. I thought we were better than them, but a really, really good performance. Anyway, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I'll do my man match in just a second, but all I can do is echo what I said at the very start. This is a massive win. I feel like this is our most important win this season, actually. I'm not just saying that, but because of league form, it's a huge win. I mean, I know we've currently gone 5th, probably for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, because Arsenal currently play, who are then going to go above us. But we're 5th in the league as we speak. And I know they've got games in hand. I know we're not going to finish. We're probably not going to finish 5th, or we won't be 5th by the time we kick off against Tottenham next week. But what it does do, it takes the pressure off next weekend. A point at Tottenham away is now good enough. That is a really good result for us next weekend. The pressure is now on Tottenham, as well as Wolves and Man United, actually. The pressure is now on those 3 teams to start picking up results, because we've looked good today. Huge result. Also, just in time for Thursday night as well. Obviously now, as soon as I finish this stream tomorrow, I'm going to be worried. I'm going to be waiting for news of Antonio. And I'm going to be waiting on news of Annika as well as Jared Bowen as well, if he's back. We've got 3 key players out, possibly for Thursday. It's a huge loss. But in terms of today's result, fantastic result. Possibly our most important. I do think this, our most important win this season. A nice big injection of confidence just when we much need it. 2 huge games coming up this week, season-defining games coming up this week, but that could be a season-defining win as well. Man of match, it's going to have to be Andre Yarmolenko, doesn't it? There is a bit of romance there. I'm not going to lie, there is a bit of romance there, because I thought Declan Rice was fantastic. I think Souček had a really good game again, but he came off the bench, Yarmolenko, and I always say when we do things like this, and when we do the player ratings over on Patreon, we always say context is important when we go to score a player. Context is important. In context here, we all know Yarmolenko, it's not worked out for him at West Ham. And the stuff that he's had going on in his personal life doesn't need explaining. But there's some things in life where you always say, I can't understand what you're going through. If someone loses maybe a child or something, you say, I can't understand. And it's true. You can't. Until you're in that person's shoes or you've experienced that, you cannot possibly understand what that person's going through. Yarmolenko's currently going through one of those things in life that there's no way of knowing how he's feeling or stuff like that. So he's taken time off from West Ham. Obviously, he's come back, and Moyes said he would have been in Seville on Thursday, but he was actually ill for that game. But on the bench today, the fans have obviously helped him through it. He's come onto the pitch earlier. Perhaps he wasn't expecting to get on at all. He come on the pitch through an injury, and he got one half chance. That's all he got. He got 1 half chance today. It wasn't a tap in or anything like that. He got a tap. It was a half chance he got given by Benrahma, and it was an absolute fantastic strike by Yarmolenko. Great instinct into the corner, and then set us on the way to get a massive 3 points. He scored a couple of important goals for us, Yarmolenko, but man of match has to be him, in my opinion. Like I said, I think Vice and Zuma perhaps were better players over the 90 minutes and stuff, but I think context is important here. And what Yarmolenko's been through, you just can't imagine it, can you? And anyway, but I'm going to disappear. If you enjoy the review, drop a like on it. If you enjoy this video, drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. You haven't already done so. It helps us out. Well, it doesn't really help us out. It makes me feel good, though. It's a nice morale boost if you subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow with a video. Back on Tuesday with a Sevilla preview. Back on Wednesday with something else. And then Thursday we'll obviously have our Sevilla videos as well. And for the patrons, myself and Gonzo will be back tomorrow with the player ratings. And Gonzo was at the game today, so he's doing a match vlog. So the patrons will get a vlog tomorrow as well. Anyway, right, I'm going to disappear now. Thank you for joining me. Catch you in a bit.